So first off, call lal Bashmi Shai Bashmi Kwakadash, which is to say all praises to the Most High through His Son, which is our Shai, Most High is Yahweh. The honors to the Apostle Greatman Stone, and shalom to the brothers, keep pushing this truth out there. Right, so there's an article from the Gleaner that says and this was February 9th, this was published, right? It said Wholeness, which is the Prime Minister of Jamaica, we cannot continue to tolerate domestic violence. Um, in Jamaica, the last couple of months, even, it has become a new trend to execute women that, well, execute women that obviously taking men here in Jamaica, as we said, taking men for fools, or you putting men to a disadvantage, or using men to a disadvantage. The reaction of the men in the last couple of months, as you said, has gotten more severe. Men now, when some men are just now, men will just take it and turn it a cheek or just leave it alone. But the men might react, and the men reacting now, and put it over to death, whether if they adultery or if you just highway robbery. That sense. All right, so let us get into it. It's a leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, and Prime Minister Andrew Holness has urged Jamaicans to not tolerate violence against women. Right? He says his appeal came against the background of several reports of intimate partner violence that have resulted in the death of women and even death of children. Right? So on Friday, in Westmoreland, 29-year-old Salima Reed became the latest victim after she was allegedly murdered by her husband, 59-year-old Philip Reed, who then took his own life by consuming a toxic substance. Now, the view of the Prime Minister is that these deaths are being caused by domestic violence, right? But it is it have more depth to that than just that, right? Because he's making it sound as if this man was beating his woman or abusing his woman over the years, and it just got to a point where he decided to take her life. Now, crimes like these are not crimes that are planned, that the person planned physically, right? It's a crime we call a crime of passion, right? Where someone gets upset and goes on an emotional high, and um, does something that I want to call, um, I don't want to use the word dramatic, but out of impulse, right? Not saying that some of these situations, maybe about to be honest, not to say some of these situations, like a 10% of them, um, it is not from an abusive relationship, right? It does happen in an abusive relationship, right? But maybe about 10%. Because the majority of these men that are doing these crimes are men that would never lay a hand upon your women, right? And the Prime Minister is taking the wrong approach to the situation, right? Because he's not taking counts of the Lord, right? The other day they have a big prayer meet or a big prayer conference about it, right? But they were together, they said them praying, but no one took counsel of the Lord. No one took the scriptures and said, how the Lord say to deal with a situation like this? Because the book of the laws, you know, of statutes, judgments, commandments are how to deal with a situation like these, right? But the Prime Minister did not, take counsel from the Lord, yo. Them say them pray and them ask the Lord to counsel, but there is counsel, what the Lord give you in the scriptures. I hope for this situation like this, right? And the bill that they're talking about, right, to catcalling, um, the catcalling bill, saying you can't speak to women a certain way, right? That is not going to stop anything, That is going to add to your problems, right? Let me see if nothing else in the article. I'm going to have a precept. Addressing supporters of a JLP Area 2 Council meeting at the Portmore Hard Academy this afternoon. Holness said the government is preparing to table a domestic violence bill to help tackle the problem. Now, let me tell you this, man. If you table a bill to give women more power, right? In terms of if you table a bill to give women power, in terms of they can just go to the police station and say this man is abusing me, whether it is true or not, right? And then the man get locked up. You're creating is a recipe for disaster, right? Because the problem is Mr. Wholeness. It is feminism. That is the problem. That is the root of your problem. So you cannot continue to fuel it and expect that things will get better, right? It is unnatural, right? And it is what is causing the problem, right? Um, you hear this now? We have for too long a permissive society that allows a man to trespass onto the person of a woman without any form of rebuke, without the society saying it is wrong, and sometimes even with acceptance. He told supporters no. So it must basically is that the society accept um, violence against women or abusing women, right? But as I said to you, the problem is not um, okay. Let me show you this from Brutal's standpoint. 'Cause you people might be listening and saying, this is my perspective, and you probably say me I defend the men them who do such crimes or whatever, right? Let's go to the scriptures. Okay, you know what the root of the problem is? The root of the problem is that you support adultery, right? And that one of the leading causes of these women being put to death, right? The ability to freely commit adultery when they so please, right? So the problem is not the society. The society is that accept men so-called abuse women. The problem is that the women have too much freedom, right? Freedom to sleep with whosoever they will, right? 'Cause that is against what the scriptures teach you, and when you start go against the Lord or go against the statutes and precepts of the Lord, you're gonna have problems, right? Problems are going to develop in your society, like the crime against women now, right? This is Proverbs. This is what happened. This is what happened. In this and this is it in the sense of adultery, right? This is what happened when a man, sleep with the next man, woman. All right, and I'm not for that foolishness about you don't own your woman, right? Or if you can have certain emotion about her or feel if you don't put a ring in her finger first. I'm not about that, right? That is foolishness, right? According to the scriptures, which is the first precept I come on the page. According to the scriptures, for you sleep with her, she's your wife, right? I see this is the problem with the country. The country is morally destroyed, right? So this is Proverbs. I'm just going to go straight to the point. This is Proverbs 6:32. It's about whoso commit adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroys his own soul. Say a wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Right? And the reason why only women are dying in that situation, obviously, is because the men never in the environment where the other man is that is causing him to feel like he needs to put his wife to death. Right? Because back in Israel, right? Back with the law, of matter of fact, with the law of Yahweh Shemel Shai, he said, whoso commit adultery, must be put to death, right? So and that's the law, right? So in a sense, um, when they die because they commit adultery, that is in the law, right? So what Mr. Owens need to do, right? If he really want to solve this problem, is enforce the law. Thou shalt not commit adultery, because that is the root of the problem. Right? Let me finish this. It's a for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare any of them in the day of vengeance. Right? And that is written in every man's flesh, right? Because no matter what you want to say, no matter you people want to say, from the fact that you can ask, is this your woman or your girlfriend? Your, well, the English, right? That is showing possession, right? That is showing possession. So when you say yes, this is my girlfriend, that is showing possession, So don't talk about you don't own. We don't say is this a girlfriend, right? You say this is your girlfriend, or your woman, or your wife, right? It's showing possession, right? And from the next man, touch her, or from she say she go to her next man, the natural spirit of jealousy are gonna come up, right? And let me add this for the man the woman they will think them they can just use a man taking things and then leave him, take him substance and then leave him, and then say, oh, him decide to give her and why him should upset or that and whatever. You're crazy, You're crazy. Because you're no different from a thief, right? Because whatever a man invests, when a man, all right, when a man invests in time, right, and him, himself in a woman, him expect to get rewards, Because when naturally do an investment, you expect to reap the rewards, right? And think about it. It is no different from investing your money, on Wall Street or investing, for example, the cash flow situation. When people who invest in cash flow lose them things, right? Especially who lose a lot. right? Them feel like protect their own life because that's where their hope was, yo. And all them hope just step away from them. Right? When a man invests in a girl and send her to school, he might invest in money to get returns. He must say, okay, this girl will go school, she'll go get better qualifications. So, she can come out and get one job so she can come and spend her money with me. We help her to go to school. Right? So that man I make the sacrifice to do that, yo. Now when he make that sacrifice and then he make a sacrifice, work hard about it. Send all that money because tuition are cheap, send her to school and she come out and say, oh, he need to move on because she find somewhere else. What do you think happened to that man mentally? He's destroyed, yo, right? And he just decide, say, well, if him can have her, then nobody else can have her, right? And he decides if he not making money, he wants something in return, right? He said, continuing, he said, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou bringest many gifts. Right? The man I go want blood, yo, right? So, you know, if Mr. Holness not take this thing from the right standpoint, it not gonna ever stop. Matter of fact, it not gonna ever stop. It only gonna wax worse, right? Because there was a time when the most I say he not gonna punish your woman when the man commit adultery, yo. But now the tables are turned, right? And judgment I get pushed, I get shown upon the earth, because it a boil down to the time, right? When the most I was making my appearance, yo. When the Lord Yahweh shall make him appearance, right? That's a boil down too. That's why I see the judgment plan them a ramp up so much, right? Um, you know, I mean, I did a lot of explaining in this video, right? Rather than, a lot of precepts. But I think the explanation, I hope, the explanation was understood, right? You don't have to agree with me. I just hope you understand what I was saying, right? Or what I was trying to bring out, right? I'm going to do a follow-up video on this one, on the bill that that them talking about in them in them in them in them in them Congress. Now before we go, let me prove a point to you about um we can just go to it about marriage, what the scripture consider marriage. This is Exodus 22:16, and it says, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, which means she doesn't belong to anyone, and lie with her, which means him have sex with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Right? And that's it, yo. He said, if her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. So if him take her and him sleep with her, and naturally automatically have to be a wife. But if the father never agree with it, or it wasn't an arranged marriage, then he have to pay the dowry of virgin, which was, I think it was 30 pieces. I remember it was 30 pieces of silver. I don't remember the price was, but he have to pay, pay for her, because she now become fit in property, right? The scripture also said, in a Corinthians, the man was not created for the woman, but the woman for the man, So Mr. Holness, what I suggest, you need to fix, if you're really sincere want to fix this problem, then you need to seek counsel of the Lord, get it from the scriptures, right? All the instruction you need is there to stop this thing from happening, Right. So with that, shalom.